Welcome to TradeNBI.com. This is John's report is for the 21st, and well, we're continuing to go really close to nowhere here. Looks like we could end up with a little bit of a spider developing because we didn't get much of a transition. I'm going to be watching the DOC long-term buyers here in the red. If they can break into a new zone, could potentially give a little uplift. But we can see that starting off with a little bit of a decline back in the shakeout, which not too surprising. We weren't expecting a whole lot of anything. You can see the upside of the short signal right there. The line up there, you can kind of see what that value is. Sort of hidden by the red line right there. We jumped up 21.49. It's a little ways up there, but it's kind of typical of following it from the short level, which, well, going all the way back up to here, 73. Still will produce a nice return from that short setup, which has lasted now for almost a month at least. And I think that's probably going to stay. Everyone's going to be on pins and needles waiting for the debate on Monday. So probably now it's just going to be a sideline move. Little algos trying to take care of each other back and forth. Significant. You can see the NQ flat. And what we want to see is the Dow making up some of that lagging nature, and it's not doing it at this particular point. It's just now crossing the first indication. So well behind the other two markets. And as long as that disparity remains, we don't have equilibrium. It makes it a little bit tougher. Euro again, right back to the bottom side of the range. No surprise that we've had declining shakeout all the way through, resetting. I think I'm oversold or anything like that. So there's still space for that to continue to move. Bonds, their slight comebacks not going to likely last, though. This is the first move. We haven't moved with the orange below the red, so I'm not suspecting that this is going to sustain itself. It's going to have to revisit the lows anyway based on that dip below the extreme down here. So we likely look for a retest of the lows back on it, which is fine. Gold just holding flat within its configuration as well, just the first improvement, but still below the red line, so it's not really going to have a retraction at this particular point. And oil, again, don't look for a whole lot from it. The supply issue is really a problem going for the ability to just change at any moment, and spike supply is going to be a problem without significant economic growth. And worldwide economic growth, not just the U.S. So that really is a viewpoint of China. We can see here we ended up with the short, came back through, ended up with the break point right there, and it flipped back to green, but then we ended up with the DOC spread that took place right here, only we didn't get a rise of the steel enough with the cyan to turn that into a short configuration. It's pretty close to neutral at this particular point. And then if we look at the 5K, the 5K called the short really early on. We kind of talked about this from the morning report when we were rising. We could see that we had the positive extremes that were developing along through the beginning of this route, and that was going to have to get retraced. So not a big deal when the short came in, pretty close to exactly where the long was, slightly elevated, but then once that short signal came in, it became clear right. And we were down at this particular point here talking about how it still wasn't likely to be much of a supportable upsurge, though. We already had a huge spike going down below, and then we ended up with the orange along with the steel all the way up. So that presented a nice turnaround buy opportunity, and even though it was quite erratic, that's exactly what has been produced from trying to shake out weekends in that after-hour market by taking out the low right down here. Scared some people out, caused stops to be filled, and then shorts cover that, and boom, skyrocketed right back up. So, all in all, I don't think there's really a whole lot to discuss with the way this chart reads at this particular point. I think we're in stagnation. It's probably going to last through the week unless there's some major change in what we're seeing from the algos at this particular point. Still, I think it's a little bit of a short bias based on what we're seeing from the daily. We'll just have to go with it, but I'm not objecting to any turns in the signals as they pop up. We've got this break reading right here that's happening because it's the cyan right there moving below the red, indicating that shorts have been overtaken by long-term, midterm, and short-term buyers. The question would be whether that reverses quickly as the move right to that zone. We're at minus 773 here. Move above the 7.5 usually should give a little more impetus to that move. But basically, the range has been nowhere. That's the long and short of it. Continuing to attack the program. So hopefully we get a breakthrough here. The last setup I tried did not work, and so gotta keep at it. As always, though, look for me in the Skype chat. Keep posting these charts as they come about. Trade well. We'll talk to you later.